class rock and country music facts and trivia. Today I've got 4 country artists from the 80s who just happened to disappear without a trace. We'll start with Charlie McLean. Charlie McLean started a career in the 70s and released a handful of hits, including That's What You Do to Me, Let Me Be Your Baby, and Take Me Back. A rising country artist found her stride in 81 with her first #1 single, Who's Cheatin' Who. Later that year, her album Surround Me With Love would bring her 3 more hit singles. She rode her wave of success to the end of the decade, and then she chose a different path in life. McLean walked away from music entirely in the early 90s to spend more time with her husband and family. She and her husband currently live a quiet life in Memphis, Tennessee. Earl Thomas Conley. His career began in the early 70s with singles like The Night They Drove Old Dixie Down and I Have Loved You Girl, But Not Like This Before, and Queen of New Orleans. However, the country artist didn't find chart success until the early 80s. He started the decade with a top 10 hit, Silent Treatment, and followed it with Fire and Smoke, his first #1 single. He would go on to notch 16 #1s between 83 and 89. Ronnie Millsap and Alabama were the only artist in any genre to have more #1 singles than Conley in the 80s. He was also the only country artist to perform on Soul Train. Too many times his collaboration with Anita Pointer of the Pointer Sisters landed him the slot. Conley went on hiatus after releasing his 8th studio album, Yours Truly, in 1991. He returned with Perpetual Motion in 98 before seemingly walking away from recording for good. He passed away in 2019. The Kendalls. Veteran country artist Royce Kendall formed the Kendalls with his daughter Jeannie in the late 60s. They released several albums and singles throughout the 70s, including the top 5 hits, It Don't Feel Like Sinning to Me and You'd Make an Angel Wanna Cheat, and the #1 Heaven's Just a Sin Away. However, they didn't find consistent chart success until the 80s. The decade saw them release several top 40 hits, including the #1 single, Thank God for the Radio. However, their success began to dry up as the 80s drew to an end. They released their final album, Make a Dance, in 95, but continued to tour. Royce suffered a fatal stroke while the two were on the road in 1998. Today, Jeannie keeps the Kendalls alive. She and Carl Acuff Jr. tour under this name and regularly play in Branson, Missouri. Sweethearts of the Rodeo. Sisters Janice Oliver and Christine Arnold performed the duo Sweethearts of the Rodeo and released their debut self-titled album in 86. That's all consistent chart success throughout the decade with singles like Since I Found You, Midnight Girl, Sunset Town, and Blue to the Bone. They released what appeared to be their final album, a bluegrass record called Beautiful Lies, in 96, a year before Oliver's divorce from Vince Gill. Then they returned in 2012 with Restless. The sisters haven't released new music since then, so it is likely safe to say that Restless was the Sweethearts' last ride. I liked all of them. I thought the Kendalls' music was kind of, sinly, especially for its time. I didn't care for that, but I liked the harmonies real well. And Earl Thomas Conley I felt great. I always loved his music, and Charlie McLean. That's all I got for you guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Please don't forget to subscribe. Please like this video. I'd appreciate it. You have a great day. God bless you. And I'm praying for you.